Hi, I'm Darren and welcome to New Factory Classics, and today we're going to review Havoc. Tom Hardy takes on dirty cops, the mob, and gets a kill count higher than some John Wick movies. But first, please like, subscribe, and share. Anything you can do will help my channel grow. And if you like this video, hit that bell icon and get my videos as soon as they drop. Havoc released on Friday on Netflix. And just as all movies that go straight to Netflix, it's obviously really good. Tom Hardy stars as a dirty cop trying to make good for all the bad that he did in the past. Yes, he has a secret that will eventually be revealed later in the film, but for now, he just is trying to make up with his ex-wife and his daughter because it's Christmas. Unfortunately for him, his night will go from bad to worse as there's a gang war going on and the new mayor-elect's son is caught in the middle. But you don't care about any of that, and you probably shouldn't. The first half of this movie is truly boring. Yeah, there's an incredible chase scene at the beginning, but then they have to lay out the plot for the next 30 to 40 minutes. But I'll tell you this, when you get to the halfway mark, there's a scene in a club, and pretty much for the rest of the movie, it's non-stop violence, non-stop action, and a kill count that's incredibly high. Tom Hardy barely says maybe 15 lines in the film, which is perfectly fine because he's really gruff and really has not a great attitude the entire time. His partner in the movie is okay, but she really just stands as the foil to him, and you're following her around, but she doesn't get to know everything that he's trying to hide. Timothy Olyphant plays the lead of the dirty cops, and he's alright, but he has his own crimes and his own mistakes that he must live up and pay for himself. And whether or not Tom Hardy is justified in bringing him down, I guess you'll just have to find out. There's a certain point where we weren't even sure if that was actually Forrest Whitaker, because his left eye, the one that is notably halfway closed, is periodically full way open. I'm not sure if they did a special effect or if for some reason that disability changes, but in the opening scene of this movie, we were staring at that eye wondering, why was it not really weird for once? And there might be another 5 to 10 characters in this movie that we didn't even bother to learn their names. We just knew that they were that person's assistant or the head of that gang. To be honest, none of them really matter. We barely even knew the names of the main characters. The fact is that it's just a setup for the entire second half of the film that has an incredible amount of action. Pacing in this movie is a little weird, as I've said. The first 5 to 10 minutes have a bunch of action, the next 30 do not, and then the final hour is just jam-packed. For some reason, this movie is an hour and 50 minutes long, which is about 30 minutes too much. 90% of this movie takes place in the dark, so don't plan on seeing too much outside of the main characters that you're supposed to be focusing on. Another thing is that it's not completely described what city they're in. Could it be some sort of Chicago? Maybe. Could it be some sort of New York? Maybe. But really the main thing is that it doesn't really matter. Nothing in this movie is really supposed to matter. There's a reason why this movie didn't make it to the theaters, because if it did, it wouldn't have done too well. But I think it'll do great as a Netflix film. Just something that you turn on and drone out for the first half, and if you're still awake, really enjoy the action in the second half. But don't get me wrong, this movie was actually a lot of fun. Just seeing how it built up and then the absolute over-the-top the second half really was. Because if this is actually what happened, the army would be called in. But that's the thing, you're supposed to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. And that's what I suggest that you do. If you have Netflix, just turn this on and enjoy. The second half of this movie is worth slogging through the first half of this movie. Plus, it's free. So if you enjoy a bunch of action, no drama, very little plot, I suggest you go watch Tom Hardy way through a bunch of Havoc. Havoc, 6 out of 10. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Make sure to click that subscribe button and check out those videos on screen now.